Once again with another day in the Fresh Lock Challenge. So for those of you who have not been on my page before, I am Shay. I am the owner of Back to Natural. I am a master stylist, been in the business for over 2 decades and counting. I am passionate about all things hair, health, and wellness related. We are in the second week of the Fresh Talk Challenge. Last week we did the first 3 days of the Q&A about starting locks, caring for locks, how often to do shampoos, all of those frequently asked questions. Then we went into how to do a proper shampoo. Day 1, day 2 was detangling. Now today we're going to be showing how to separate and do like a simple lock repair, like when you have locks like this. Let me get this a little bit closer for you guys. So here we have a lock that's hanging on by thread and another one that's hanging on by thread. Well, because it's been a while since the last maintenance. So anyway, we went through like some tricks of the trade, some tools you're gonna need before. Yes, I am. Some things we're gonna need for your lock maintenance, if you're doing twists or whether you do crochet or the interlocking method. So I'm going to go through some things from the Fresh Lock kit. You're going to need a spray bottle. You're going to need some rubber bands. You're going to need some clips, preferably double prong clips. You're going to need something to cover your hair. So we have a lock sock. And we're going to also need some oil to seal that moisture in. And optional, a latch hook and a crochet hook. So if you don't have any of those things right now, don't worry. You could purchase them at your local beauty supply. You could also order them by just DMing me and let me know you need a Fresh Lock kit. And then we could send one out to you as you get on the ball with doing your maintenance. So today we're going to show how to repair these 2 locks right here. Sometimes they have really thin locks and you need to get them back on track. So I'm going to show you 2 methods. All right. So one method is using the crochet hook, and then the other one will be using the needle. Sorry, using the latch hook. The other one will be using the crochet hook. And also gentler methods of separation, right? So sometimes if the hair starts to get tangly, you could just separate it at the scalp. Bring the scissor up and then trim it. Okay. See, no pain. Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining the second week of the Fresh Lock Challenge. If this is your first time on the page, make sure to click on any 5 posts, like them, or comment so that you will be notified whenever a new post goes up or we have interest in new events. Also, if you missed last week of the Fresh Lock Challenge, make sure to sign up with the link in the bio. You click on the first link and just say, I want this. It will take you to where you could put in your email address, and then in the subject line, just put replay. And it will send you out the replays of all the posts that we did last week. All right, because in a few days these will all be coming down. So if you have not, been, in the Fresh Lock channel so far, don't worry, you can still get caught up, okay? Because this will be going for another, week or two. So anyway, today we are separating and showing like a simple repair. So my first method will be to use a latch hook. So does anybody here know how to crochet? Anybody know how to crochet? Put a heart in the comments. If you don't know how to crochet, that's fine too. All right, so I'm gonna move this a little bit closer. Hello, hello, hello. Thanks for joining our live. We are on the second week of the Fresh Lock Challenge. If you have not already, make sure to sign up with the link in the bio. All right, so you see this is very thin, and then we're joining it to this lock, okay? So what I like to do when I have locks this thin, I need to create an anchor on the lock. So just kind of like how somebody would do like a crochet. I anchor one end on the lock, and I pick up the other one, and then I go back and forth between the strands. Okay. And as I go back and forth between the strands, you can see how it's starting to thicken up right there. Then I loop it through the top. I'll bring it in. And then, there we have it. Can you guys see that? Okay. Now, you could, further smooth that out if you want. There's a little tail on the end of it. And basically, like you're wrapping it around it. And there you have it. So this lock, you could go into either interlocking it after that, or you can also go with the crochet method. This second lock is also thinning. Can you see that? The difference between here and here. And we're gonna do what's called wadding, okay? We already separated this lock at the base. And now, I'm gonna get the crochet hook. All right, so here I am back at the lock, and I'm going to hook that crochet hook into the lock. And I'm basically taking this needle and weaving it back and forth through the lock. And this is called wadding because I'm using the motion of crocheting to interweave the lock on itself. Welcome to the Fresh Lock Challenge. This is week 2 of the Fresh Lock Challenge. And today we are going through simple basic repair. We just finished one using a latch hook. And now we're doing the second one using the crochet hook. Okay, and you guys remember how they started out? And here we are. So those two are complete. Now I wanted to go through something real quick as far as separating. Now, if for some reason you are shampooing your hair and you don't really have time to retwist it at that moment, the best thing to do is to do like flat twists or cornrows. Welcome to the Fresh Lock Challenge. If you don't have time to retwist right away, you can do flat twists or cornrows to stretch out the roots, okay? Here's a gentle way of detangling, especially for my tender-headed peeps. I separate at the scalp, clean it up at the scalp, then bring my finger up through the scalp, separating the strand from the rest of the bunches and trimming right where it attaches to the other lock. Okay, and then you can do the same thing with the other sections. There's a tiny strand of hair. You trim it just like that. Okay, and now you get a lock that's separated. Okay, you go through the next section. Separate it. You notice I'm bringing my finger up through the hair, and then I'm trimming it right where it's attaching to the next lock. Okay, going through, rinse and repeat. And usually after you would do each of these sections, you would twist it or interlock it or crochet the hair. I'm gonna just do one simple showing of what good clip placement looks like. And clip placement is really important, especially if you're doing someone else's hair. You want to make sure the clips are placed in there in the right way so you don't have too many clips. I'm going to just show me doing a basic twist without product. This is a basic palm roll, and I take the hair, fold it at the roots, and then place it in the palm of my hand between the thumb and the rest of the fingers. For me, what I like to do is over direct the hair. So when I over direct the hair, I pick it up at like a 90-degree angle. Then I bring it up with the first twist, and then I bring it down with the second twist. And the reason I like this is, like, if you look closely, at how the hair is twisted, you see that section? It's right there at the roots. Okay, it's not over twisted, and it's secure. And the twist is formed close to the top of the section. Also, another thing I like to do is when I'm twisting, I like to twist usually at least the first 6 inches of the hair. Okay. Again, we're separating at the roots. It's been a little while, so it's a little bit of tangling. This way you don't have to pull or tug at your client's hair. You just separate, and then trim it apart with your scissors. You could also use like a razor, but I like to bring it all the way to the top of the section where it's attached to the other lock, and then I trim it apart, because some people do it at the bottom, but what happens is that you just end up getting a lot of short little pieces you can't really work with, and when they grow in, it's going to be really unruly and messy at the bottom. So I just take this here, I pull it through, okay, I'll bring it up, take it down, and I'm showing twisting because even though this one method has the least longevity, the thing with twisting is that it's easy to do, and if you can't do anything else, it will help keep your locks like super neat. Okay. And in my bottle I have a twisting solution, and really all I do is I use aloe vera juice. Okay. I have that at the base. So now fold it at the roots, over direct on the first twist and on the second twist, I'll bring it all the way down. Notice it doesn't bunch up at the roots. If there's any little hair, you could take it and wrap it under just like that. Okay. And then let me do another one. Separate. Gently separate with your fingers at the roots. Bring the hair, the finger to the top of the section and trim it apart. Okay. And there you could see the section, nice and clean. If there's any kind of loose hair from trimming the extra lock apart, just take your finger and pull it through and wrap it around. Okay. That's going to help keep the new growth neater and more in place as it grows out. Same thing again. Twist. Place it in your hand between your thumb and your index fingers. Twist up. Twist down. All right, and there you have it, folks. So try that and let me know what you think. Let me know if it makes a difference in your twisting technique at home. Okay, and if you don't have the tools of the trade, you can always DM me the words Fresh Lock Kit, so you could order your Fresh Lock Kit and get all the implements that you need, and then you'll be ready to get started. So this week we'll be showing how to do the twist on someone else's hair. Next week we'll be showing the same techniques on your own hair, so you can also maintain either your hair or the hair of a loved one. Yes, it does take a lot of patience, but it's actually pretty simple once you get the hang of it. The main thing is to remember is that you have to practice. Okay, practice makes perfect. With the clip placement, you definitely want to practice starting at the nape of the neck is easiest. And I like to go in vertical rows. So, oh, and this is really important. As you are doing the twist, a lot of people over clip, which means I use too many clips. It's like a too much of a clip to lock ratio. Okay, I'm here separating this one again. Separating that again. Okay, and I'm just going to show you the third clip in the third row real quick. Okay, we go here, and really it doesn't take like a lot. It's just once you do the first few, you'll kind of get the hang of it. I'm kind of breaking it down into each step slowly. Okay, you twist up and then you twist down. Now you notice as you twist the first two rows, I'm using the same clips that I twisted with on the bottom rows. And I'm removing that clip and reclipping. Then I'm removing this clip, clipping again, and so on and so forth. And these twists, they don't have any product on them. I'm just really using like aloe vera juice, which is a great antibacterial, antifungal, and it also refreshes and moisturizes. So just keep that in mind. Clip placement, how to use your clips, how to place your clips, and also the position of your hand when you're twisting. Like in cosmetology school, there, like when you're doing a roller set, there's like 3 different degrees of curls. You do a 0 degree, a 45 degree, and a 90 degree. And basically what that does is place the roller at a different position on the section. So it's same when you're doing with the locks. If you twist down here at the bottom, you're going to create the loosest twist, and where the twist starts will be lower on the section, right? If you do it at a 45 degree angle, it'll probably be like half on base. And if you over direct it or do the 90 degree, then it usually ends up with a twist at the top of the section. And why does that matter? It matters because if you're sweating and all of that stuff, the closer your twist is to the top of your section, when you sweat, it's going to already be close to the top. So if it puffs a little bit and it unravels and moves down, then you're still going to have a twist and your section will still look pretty neat. But if it's already down here, whenever it puffs a little bit, it's just going to keep sliding out. So if you're wondering why, let's say you get a twist, your twists weren't lasting, sometimes it's not far enough on the base, and so the minute you sweat or it gets any kind of moisture, boom, it's already out of there. So just something to keep in mind: proper twist placement, proper clip placement, and that makes like a huge difference in the outcome. And of course, making sure that you twist usually at least the first 6 inches down on the twist. So this was just an intro today. Tomorrow I'll go a little bit more into proper clip placement and hand positioning as you're doing the twists. The following day I'll be going into interlocking. The day after that I'll be going into crocheting the locks. So make sure you stay tuned. If this is your first time on my page, make sure you like any 5 comments. Go ahead and hit that follow button and also the notification bell so you can be notified whenever we go live. It will send you a personal invite, and then you'll be sure not to miss any of the lock challenge, any of the days of the lock challenge. Also, if you have do we dye lock extensions? Typically, it depends. It depends on the lock extension, and it depends on the hair. Usually the easiest ones to dye are the ones that are already light colored. I usually discourage people from buying like dark colored lock extensions if they're planning to dye them, because you never know what chemical processes they subject them to once they come already, with the darker base. Some of those dyes are direct dyes and they're very hard to get out if you're trying to lift them. Sometimes different manufacturers use different chemical process even in the same batches, or their supply could have changed. So whenever you're trying to dye dark colored lock extensions, it can be a wild card. Even on dark colored hair that has been already colored, a lot of times if it's been colored black, then you need to pre-lighten the base. You might need to use bleach or like a soap cap to help open up the cuticle to let some of that black dye out. So I always say, if you're planning to dye your locks, get a lighter colored lock. And then when you dye it, it'll be easier to accept the color instead of having to bleach it to try to dye it. So I don't know if that answers your question, but typically we prefer the lock extensions be already at the color that they are. If not, then they need to be like blonde or a very light color already. So if you have not been on my page before, make sure you click any 5 comments you like, comment, also hit the notification bell so that you can be notified of any new posts and lives that we do. And if you need the Fresh Lock Kit, make sure you DM me the word Fresh Lock Kit so that I could send you out the info for that, and you'll be ready to start twisting. So thank you guys for joining. If you have missed any part of the challenge, make sure you sign up with the link in my bio and put the word recap so that you could get all of the latest updates, and you could get all the replays. All right, thanks for joining. Make sure to tune in between 6 and 6:15 tomorrow. My apologies today. We were running a little late due to some unforeseen maintenance issues. But tomorrow we look forward to seeing you guys again. And thank you for having me. And we will see you next time. Have a great day.